Hello, our elders out there. Happiness, rejoicing, and celebrating shall continually be your portion. Senior citizens, happiness forever. Our elders, you all really deserve respect and care. Welcome to another interesting edition of Senior Citizens Forum on your darling station, Lagos Television. Senior Citizens Forum is a weekly TV program that is specifically designed for the elderly people in Nigeria. The program highlights the joy, the plight, and the general welfare of the senior citizens. The program equally addresses the various health challenges of the elderly people in the country. Our retirees are the senior citizens. This week, we shall bring you an exclusive interview with a Nigerian medical doctor who is based in Boston, Harvard, Massachusetts, United States of America. He is Dr. Samuel Babatunde Babalola. Briefly, our guest today attended Government College, Ibadan, and later University of Lagos, and obtained his medical certificate at the College of Medicine, Idiaraba, Lagos. He is currently the CEO of Folu Clinic and Maternity Home, Ketu, Lagos. Dr. Babalola relocated to United States of America in 2014. That's over 10 years ago. He is happily married with children and grandchildren. It should be stated that our special guest is a very close pal and ally of our Senior Citizens Forum TV program chief coordinator, Elder Joseph Fadeyi in the United States of America, USA. Our retirees are the senior citizens. This week, the program is focusing on the issues of the older persons generally, hence it is titled Happiness, an Antidote for Plight of Elders. In this interview with our Senior Citizens Forum TV program crew, Dr. Babalola spoke on a number of issues concerning the senior citizens in Nigeria. He believes that an elderly person should be adequately taken care of no matter the circumstances, as according to him, aging is natural and therefore should be carefully treated and well protected. He said there must be proper and effective preparation for old age. The elderly, he said, must be made to be happy all the time.
Old age varies and it depends on individuals and the body build-up too. There are some people even at 80, they still look as if they are 60. Some people at 70, they look older than their age. But the truth is, there will be physical changes in everybody, though it will come at different periods of life. So at 60, I think people should start getting prepared that there'll be reduction in your activities. The way you are working before, you definitely become slower because the muscles, they won't be as active as when you are young. The brain won't be as smart as it was, or hearing will be decreasing with age and reasoning too. But so if we know that all these features will be affected by growing old, we should start making sure that we don't allow them to degenerate at a pace faster than what it should be.
He spoke about the need for elders to cultivate good lifestyle for themselves as it will take them through their journey of old age.
Genetics plays a role which is not as high as what lifestyle is all about. Lifestyle determines the rate at which one will be going downhill, because lifestyle is like a loaded gun and the trigger is there. So the trigger is the lifestyle. If you put a loaded gun in a place for years and you don't touch it, nothing will happen to it. So the trigger is the lifestyle. If we maintain a healthy lifestyle, eat well, exercise well, I think aging will come in a very gradual process. And that's why I said that some people at 80, they still look fit and you think they are probably 60, whereas some people at 70, they've degenerated so much that you think they are older than their age. So genetics and lifestyle, they both play a very great role in people aging.
Dr. Babalola emphasized the need for an elderly person to take care of their health seriously. He said at old age, regular medical checkup is very important, while priority attention should be given to daily exercises of the body and soul. He also spoke about prostate, cervical cancer, and other elderly-related ailments that have constituted major health challenges for our elders.
You must be able to think of what to do, and your mind is set there. So these are things that keep one active, and they reduce your chances of falling ill, and regular checkup too. Make sure that the old age diseases, that at least you know about them and you know how to prevent some that are possible to be prevented, rather than just being caught unawares with anything. So that at 60 there should be regular checkup, monitoring your BP, your regular vision test, hearing and co.
Dr. Babalola advised the older persons not to stay or remain idle. He charged them to always be active, as according to him, elders must be involved in any meaningful activities to activate their brains. Exercising regularly provokes active brains, effective functioning of all body systems, and stimulate natural aging.
Aging is not the process, it's not the problem. It is stagnation. Stagnation from your brain, from the organs, from your muscles, from your joints. These are things that bring about problems in old age. Like if muscles are not constantly being used, the joints are not being lubricated by the fluids between the joints, they become stiff. If the brain is not engaged in discussion, talking, doing mental sums and reading, most of the cells in the brain will start dying off too, and there will be degeneration in muscles, which I said is like wasting. And this is why you see older people without weight reduction, that is, you start taking medicine to reduce your weight, they degenerate because the muscles are getting wasted, and your frames become smaller than what it used to be, because one is idling away, not doing anything. I've always believed that there is nothing like retirement. The best thing is to move away from probably what you were doing when you are much younger to something else. Take up another something that excites you and keeps you busy. And then exercise should be throughout life, because when we do not exercise ourselves, starting from the brain, starting from the muscles and the joints, they become degenerating, and then you have stiff muscles, and these are the problems old people have. They can't move very well because all their joints have not been well lubricated by the fluids in between the joints. So there shouldn't be anything like retirement. You just move from one aspect of life to another, and you keep going and keep socializing, keep on exercising, be in the sun, to improve your vitamin D component, and then read more. When you read, you engage your brain, the brain cells are functioning. But when you don't read, the brain cells are gradually dying, and you just discover that you start forgetting things things, and old people mostly they have a memory for old events, whereas the recent events they can't even remember, and that's why some of them will hold the key and be looking for the key, or probably they don't even know where they kept it, but they will tell you what happened in 1917 or 1920. So there is good memory for old things, whereas recent events are easily forgotten.
Dr. Babalola also stressed the importance of social interactions amongst the elderly. He said it prolongs longevity and brings about happiness, which according to him is the hallmark of a good senior citizen.
As you get older, your cycle of friends becomes smaller, but you should never stop having friends. There is no age limit to making friends. So I think people should belong to clubs, to churches, to help a lot, and then close families too, so that you are never left alone with clubs. And the good thing about life these days is that with the phone you can join other friends in a Zoom meeting to chat and to do that type of thing. And this is why I said when the brain is not put into use, you start forgetting things. The only thing you remember are the things that happened probably when you are young. The recent events are forgotten so easily. In fact, if you are not careful in discussions too, you lose the trend of discussions. That what was I even saying is very common with old people. But the way to differentiate this from a Alzheimer is that within 3 to 5 minutes you remember what you are saying. So once you have a good family around you, you should belong to clubs, church groups, age mate, and old friends too, that at least will make you laugh, that can bring up jokes that happened many years. So, and that's why loneliness, not having friends, makes you look older than your age. And in fact, that's why I say it's the stagnation that is so dangerous in old age. But when you are active and you have people to talk to relate to, good enough, we all have phones, so you can now talk to people no matter how far they are. You can still enjoy that camaraderie that does not happen in US. Unlike in African setting, you can go to his house without being invited. You can ask people to meet you up in places. Here, people are suspicious of one another. In fact, when they see you through the window, they can draw their gun, thinking you've come to raid them or to do this. So, and the saving grace, like I was saying, is that the phone keeps one busy, because it's not easy to just sit down and the telly and start watching all programs. It becomes boring.
Dr. Babalola delved into how elders could involve themselves in doing something extraordinary. Elders, he said, must be creative and most times tax their brains.
The little ones are curious and they don't think of the consequences. Like before I will touch computer, I will look at what if problem arises. I even have a funny attitude. If I have a problem with anything, I rather give it to somebody to do, even if he spoils it, so that the blame can be his than me ending up with that blame. So, but like Loyi will not care what happens to it, what implications it will bring. People like me will look at the consequences, the implications, and what after effect would be. So our own curiosity is guided by the fact that we know we have to be very careful and we have to take a lot of things into considerations. So that differentiates the curiosity between the young ones and the old ones.
Dr. Babalola was in support of the call for the establishment of a special ministry for the elderly in Nigeria by the federal government to be known as the Ministry of Senior Citizens Affairs. He said it will enable elder persons the opportunity to get what they wanted, especially the monthly stipends and the free healthcare services of the government at all levels.
I think it's a welcome idea. Like we said, that cycle of friends, they become smaller with age. And if there is an organized place where elders can meet, you'll be able to replace those friends that you've lost with the new ones. And you can start exchanging views, moving together. And since we've said social interaction prolongs life, because it's been researched that people with friends, they live longer than those who are lonely. So it will be a welcome idea if government can put in place such a ministry, so that when they go out, they'll be able to exchange views, play games, talk to one another, and by the time they go home, they become refreshed. So I think it's a good idea.
Dr. Babalola also called for the establishment of at least 3 recreational centers in each local government area for the elderly ones. He said the elderlies within the community in the local government area would have the opportunity of mixing and interacting with one another, particularly their peers, which no doubt will promote the bond of friendship and eventual longevity in life.
It shouldn't be left to government alone. Big companies can have a recreational center where people in the age bracket can meet. They can provide facilities for games that will involve using their brain, like Ludo, chess, draft, and in Africa this Ayo game. So if private companies should be able to do that and get it equipped, starve it, and then probably in the afternoon they eat together. Food can either be brought from their homes, or probably they make a lunch which may not be too expensive. And then they can have health educations too. Churches too can do such a thing, because they have a large congregation of elders.
Our retirees are the senior citizens. Retirement is a good thing. Retirement is a better thing. Our retirees are the senior citizens. Our retirees are the senior citizens. Retirement good, retirement sweet, now the step to living a good old age. Retirement good, retirement sweet, now the step to living a good. Retirement is a good thing. Retirement is a better thing. Our retirees are the senior citizens. Our retirees are the senior citizens. Retirement good, retirement sweet, now the step to living a good old age. Retirement good, retirement sweet, now the step to living a good old age. Retirement is a good thing. Retirement is a better thing.
Senior Citizens Forum, a special weekly program on Lagos television that addresses the joy and the various challenges of the elderly.
When human beings grow older, definitely the changes are from scalp to the tip of your toe.
Hypertension affects virtually all the organs of the body. It affects the heart, it affects the eyes, it affects the kidneys, it affects the brain, every organ. More often than not, people don't know they have hypertension. Mm-hmm. The only way you can know whether you have hypertension or not is to measure your blood pressure.
For its sponsorship and advert placement, please contact the LTV Marketing Department or send SMS or call 0802 328 5359 or 0801 3888 1703.
The government should take statistics, data of the elderly, then come up with a policy that will help them.
Senior Citizens Forum is shown on LTV. Insurance companies, pension fund managers, healthcare providers, pharmaceutical companies, as well as telecommunications network providers are free to sponsor the program or advertise their products at moderate rates.
Yet another edition of Senior Citizens Forum on your dialing station.
It's Senior Citizens Forum.
So hard, they are the senior citizens, they are the pensioners, and they deserve their affection. They have wisdom, they have passion, they have vision, they should be encouraged even on their own.